Welcome to the Southern New England Railway update. You know what, in looking around, before we get started, give me a few minutes and let me get this place organized. I'll be right back. Okay, it's May 29th, 2019, and it's been far too long since I've had an update on my HO scale Southern New England Railway. So this is the foreground of the layout, right where you come down the stairs. As you can see, I've started to position some buildings. A lot of these, or virtually all of these buildings, actually are leftovers from my old layout. Some of these structures will end up where they're shown, others are just simply placeholders, and in some cases where I don't have a structure, I have a cardboard box or a couple of pieces of wood formed up in the shape of the footprint of the building that may or may not go there. So I've been moving things around and repositioning them and seeing how they look here. But in this area of the layout, all the track work is done, or it's laid at least, and wired and functioning. So this area, the track is running and the trains are running. We go over here and you can see here we have another project coming up, which is the lift bridge or swing bridge or some way to access the interior of the layout. So we'll go ahead and pass through there. We still don't have the track down the middle of the peninsula. We still have to finish both of the peninsulas. There's two peninsulas on the layout, and if you need to, you can take a look at the track plan and you'll see what I'm talking about. But this is the track plan. This is the peninsula on the track plan that's labeled Richford, and this is the town of Richford itself. Will be right here on this peninsula that's yet to be built. Over here we have some other buildings positioned. One of the largest industries in Richford was a feed mill. It was actually on the Canadian Pacific. So this back wall here is a combination of Canadian Pacific, Central Vermont, and staging tracks that represent both ends of both railroads. Since it is fully exposed, it will be scenic in the finished layout. So this yard right here is going to do triple duty, again, as the Central Vermont's east and west end staging yards and the Canadian Pacific through track. So it'll be, it should be interesting. Essentially, when you're looking at the layout, all you'll see is a yard with a group of cars, but you won't actually see, it will be a finished staging yard, so it'll be scenic. So we have the track around here and around in this area here. You can note how dark the room is, or was here. This is the existing room lights until we installed some additional lighting. Magic of television, you can see that that's what the light looks like now. We still need to position, or I should say reposition, some of the lights. They are can lights with LED bulbs in them to help contribute to the finished look of the room. Also over here you can see an old friend from the last layout. The one piece of the old layout that I salvaged was this bridge scene. I salvaged it because it essentially built as a diorama, so I took it out as a diorama. I wasn't sure I was going to use it, but it seemed to fit pretty well here. And so we installed it a few weeks ago on the new bench work, and we're going to go ahead and add some trees and blend in the scenery. So I think this will be the first area of scenery that we start on the layout. Right now I'm experimenting with a couple of different choices for backdrop photos to continue the river into what will be the backdrop. And then we also have the fascia is about a third complete right now. One interesting product I found is available from a company called Rockler, and that is this material here, and it's pre-kerfed or pre-kerfed MDF hardboard, which makes it very easy to get a nice smooth curve in your layout surface. Here's a piece of it, and you can see how quickly and easily it bends to a very tight radius and doesn't snap. If you tried to bend 1/4 inch MDF the same distance or same radius, it would certainly snap. So we've got the fascia going, and we've got a little bit of track to finish in this area here, and a couple more track lights to hang. I think we're going to try to finish some rough scenery and get the trains running on what I'm calling the outer loop before we actually finish the two peninsulas. So see you in about a month for another update. Again, I'm going to try to do these updates a little bit more regularly than I have been. Now that I'm starting to make some progress in the layout, I feel a little better about that. Anyway, thanks for joining and thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.